Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at discriminant of a quadratic equation with a parameter. And basically this relates to the quadratic equation. And we know the quadratic equation is negative b plus or minus the radical b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now the discriminant, it is just b squared minus 4ac. Don't include the radical because that'll give you the wrong answer. So, looking at this b squared minus 4ac, we know that there's three possible outcomes. We could get a negative in there. In that case, we're going to have zero solutions because you can't take the square root of a negative number. In the second case, we'll have 0 underneath the radical, and since 0 can only be the square root of 0, then we'll only have one solution. And then for any number greater than 0, we know it's going to be positive, and we'll have two solutions. So basically how you approach these problems is it'll tell you if it wants you to find the parameter given one solution, two solutions, or no solutions. And I'm just going to use this problem here and do all three. So in the first case, let's look at 0 solutions. So when there's 0 solutions, we want the b squared minus 4ac to be less than 0. So we'll look at this and we'll just plug in our numbers. So here's our b, c, and a. If we plug in 2 for b squared, we get 2 squared minus 4 times negative 4 times j. And then since we want it to be less than 0, we'll just write less than 0. So after this, we'll just simplify. So now we get 4 minus, actually plus 16j is less than 0. And now we just have to solve for j. So we'll subtract 4 over. We'll get 16j is less than negative 4. Now just divide by 16. And we'll find j is less than negative 1/4. And that's the solution for the first. Now the second, for one solution, we want b squared minus 4ac to be equal to 0. So we'll just go through the same process again, except we're just changing this. So we'll get 2 squared minus 4 times minus 4 times j equals 0. And then we get 4 plus 16j equals 0. Then 16j equals negative 4 divided by 16 divided by 16, j equals negative 1/4. And then finally, for two solutions, all we'll do is set the discriminant greater than 0. So we'll plug in our numbers. So we get 4 plus 16j again. It's greater than 0. Then we subtract over. We get 16j minus 4, and then divide by 16. So j is greater than negative 1/4. The only thing you're going to want to watch out for in these problems is when you're dividing by a negative. And that's a common mistake. Just make sure you flip the inequality sign when that happens. So